So right now we're kind of in the middle of a Piggy drop. We're waiting on chapter 7 to drop, and there's a lot of future updates coming down the pipeline that just aren't quite ready yet. So I thought it would be fun to go over the top 10 future Piggy updates that are going to be coming out, I guess, relatively soon in the next few months. Now, I also want to say in this video, I'm not going to be talking about the chapter updates. Obviously, there's going to be new chapters, duh. So we're not going to talk about those. Let's talk about other future updates. Let's hop into it. I also want to say that these are in no particular order. It was kind of hard to rank them. They're just my top 10 list. So starting off with number 1, we actually have Piggy Intercity. Now, I know Piggy Intercity has had a huge drop off in players. Most of you guys probably don't really play it anymore, and that's just because it's kind of a shell of a game. There's not really much to do right now. It's kind of like a demo of what the game is going to be like in the future. And well, thankfully, right now, Minitoon is working on a huge update for Piggy Intercity that's going to add in quests. It's going to add in things to do in the game, different activities. We're going to be getting house building and base building in the game, so you can build bases with your friends. There's boats coming to the game. There's climbing coming to the game. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming to Piggy Intercity, and I think it's going to be a really cool game. It just needs a few big updates, which is why Minitoon's working on, and I'm super excited. Moving on to number 2, that we actually have these Piggy toy codes. Now, Piggy toys have been out for a long time. If you go into a store like GameStop or Target, you're probably going to run into a few Piggy toys, and you'll know that those Piggy toys actually come with DLC codes on them. However, as of right now, those Piggy DLC codes don't actually do anything, but in the future, in a future update, what they're going to be doing is actually adding in different skin variations. So you'll be able to have a Piggy with a different color dress, or a different weapon maybe, or a different eye color, basically different variations of the skins that we already know and love, and I think that's a really cool idea, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, number 3 on my list here is actually an interesting one, and that's Piggy Powerups. Recently, on an interview with Ant Antics, Minitoon actually talked about adding power-ups into the game in a future big update to Piggy, and the reasoning for this is to kind of just give the players, or give the Piggy, a little bit of an edge. There's so many times in a game where you can get a good player or a good Piggy, and it just kind of seems unfair for one team, so adding in a power-up can give whoever gets the power-up a slight advantage, maybe like a speed boost, or maybe a jump boost, or something like that helps you out just a little tiny bit. Now, this next one I'm really excited for, and this is the Piggy Bot Revamp. Now, Minitoon's talked about this for a few months now, and I believe this update's going to be coming out really soon. But basically, what he's going to be doing is he's going to be redoing all the bots in Book 2 and Book 1, and he's going to make the bot act and work a lot like the ones in Book 2 Chapter 5 and Book 2 Chapter 6. And if you've played those, you know the bots work a lot different than they did in Book 1. In Book 1, the bots always chased you. They always knew where you were, and they were always on your tail. In things like Chapter 5, though, the bot actually doesn't know where you are. It actually searches around the map. It looks for you, and it only chases you when it finds you. But if it does find you, it does run a little bit faster than you, so you do have to keep up, and you do have to keep an eye out for the bot. I think overall, this is a lot more fun, it's a lot more thrilling, and it's a lot more scary, so I can't wait for it. Now, next up, we actually have Piggy Build Mode. We haven't had a Piggy Build Mode update in quite a while, but they are working on a... No. As I was saying, we haven't had a Piggy Build Mode update in a while, so I'm looking forward to the next one. We're going to be getting a lot more stuff in it, like morphs. Morphs was actually leaked. We're going to be able to morph into our favorite Piggy characters around the map, which sounds pretty cool. You're also going to be able to add cutscenes into the game and create your own cutscenes, like your own little Piggy games. Sounds pretty awesome to me. Now, next up, this is another one I'm very excited about. This is Piggy Collectibles. So Minitoon is going to be going back through all the maps, and he's going to be adding in little collectibles hidden around the map that you can go find and pick up. Now, obviously, you're probably going to be able to get a badge for this, probably going to be able to get a little bit of an achievement, but you're probably also going to be able to unlock certain stuff with these collectibles. Maybe you'll get a special trap, maybe you'll get a special skin or something similar to that. I think this is really cool. Gives a lot more reasons to go back and play the old maps, and I love Piggy, so any reason to play it again, I'll take it. Now, this next one is something that I know a lot of you guys will be excited for, and that is Piggy 100 players, but Book 2. If you've played Piggy 100 players in a while, you know that, well, Book 2 is not on there. Minitoon has said that he is going to take some time, eventually go through and add Book 2 into Piggy 100 players, so you can go and experience this, whatever this is. Why you'd want to do this actively, I don't know, but I mean, hey, it's there, and this is kind of fun for every now and then. So yeah, sure. Okay, I know I've said this like 5,000 times now, but this is another one I'm very excited for, and this is Piggy Hard Mode. Piggy Hard Mode is an update coming in, I think actually the next few updates. It's going to change how Piggy works. So how this is going to work is anybody's going to be able to go into their menu, activate Hard Mode, and what Hard Mode is going to do is make the game overall harder, especially with the Piggies. So for example, it's going to change the color of doors. So if you find an orange key, well, you might be looking for the orange door, but the orange door might not be colored orange. It may just be looking like a regular regular door. You have to remember where the orange door is so you can activate it. It's hard mode. Piggy might be a little bit faster, might come after you a little bit faster, so you gotta, be on the lookout a little bit quicker than normal. I think it's gonna be a great challenge, especially if you get some sort of cool skin for beating all the maps on hard mode. I think that sounds pretty cool to me. Now, next up, this is one we don't really know too much about, but Minitoon also mentioned it in his interview with Ant Antics, and that is a trap revamp. Obviously, Piggy traps are in kind of a weird place right now. There's some really good ones, like the gravity trap, and there's some really bad ones, like the egg trap that no one ever uses. They're kind of hit or miss. If you're a good player, you can just completely avoid every trap by just tilting your camera. Like, there's literally ways to avoid every single one. It's kind of unfair, really. And if you're a good Piggy player, well, it probably seems unfair to the players because you probably have some cool traps and you probably have some cool places to put them, and well, you're probably going to win every game. So while we don't know much about the trap revamp, we do know they're getting reworked and they're going to work a little bit differently in the future. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's good. And then finally, we have the Piggy Book 2 True Ending, which is going to be coming with Chapter 12, I assume. Now, while we don't know much about it, how it's going to work is a lot different than how it worked in Chapter 1 because, like I've mentioned in previous videos, depending on the choices you made in Chapter 6 of Book 2, whether you saved all the TSP members or you didn't save all the TSP members, that is going to affect all the endings you get in the future. So in Chapter 7, you're going to get a different ending depending on which choice you made in Chapter 6, and then that ending is going to carry forward to Chapter 8, and Chapter 9, Chapter 10, and Chapter 11. It's kind of like a giant domino effect. So depending on what you choose in Chapter 6, you may get a completely different ending in Chapter 12, meaning you're going to have to go back, play through Chapter 6, replay through all the chapters, so it's kind of like two different storylines. Lots of replayability there. I'm really looking forward to it, and that sounds awesome to me. But yeah, those are 10 future Piggy updates that's going to be coming out in the next few months. I'm really excited for pretty much all of them, but let me know your favorite one down below in the comments. Of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, red button underneath the video, and if you haven't yet used star code RealKreek, or you haven't yet, be sure to use star code RealKreek when you're buying your Robux or Roblox Premium. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!